On the other side, though, like I said, Soar, these guys look incredibly comfortable. I don't think you can get much more comfortable after that game one.
No, this is a perfect start for them. I think they themselves believed that it would be harder than it was. I think they had a lot of emotions, feeling like this could be a hard game, let's see what happens. Now they're going to have momentum going into game 2. I think they're just going to keep picking. Maybe they have a new strategy. This is a really important game for Soar to make sure they go on to face enemy in the semis. They're not going to spare anything here. They need to get through, right? So I think they might just... Oh, so they banned Reggie this time.
Yeah, Soar understand that Zeus is a very similar character to Raj in the sense of just burst damage, and Lawbster has that god in his god pool as well. And it's such a powerful, potent character that now that Soar have the second pick, they're going to be the ones that played Raj, and they said, look, we beat you with Raijin. Other characters helped, but it was Raijin that beat Paradigm. We're not going to suffer the same consequence. You don't get Raijin at all. And the Nemesis.
Yeah, so this is interesting. So I think they're getting into the head of Paradigm. So Paradigm probably sat down and like, okay, let's get rid of the Nemesis and possibly Raijin, depending on what's going on. Soar just bans those two out, realizing that it was probably Paradigm's strategy all along. So now Paradigm's probably thinking, okay, well, so what do we do now? Well, pick Susano. So
the Susano is highly mobile at the same time as being relatively tanky. It's a perfect god for Qvofred. Works out very well. I think he's similar to some of the other characters involved, whether it's just gods that can rotate the map like a Nemesis or just provide a lot of control.
Susano, very mobile indeed. However, if you get caught on Susano, you're pretty squishy when it comes to HP and raw defense. Qvofred is 2-0 in this pair right now. On Susano, he has experience with it competitively. I'm sure he's practiced tons of Susano in ranked. Scylla Bacchus combination, extremely strong with Sword though. If you catch Susano out with a root, that's gonna just cripple you with the Bacchus sleep on top of that, and the 2. That's trouble for Susano. He just needs to stay away from Bacchus.
I love to see the confidence in Soar right here. You have basically 2 completely different gameplay styles coming out from Hurriwind right here, and the team just trusts him to be able to pull it off. Raijin is going to blink forward and stay right in your face and look for the burst. Scylla's going to stay from a distance and hang back and require a little bit more peel.
So it's interesting that, Ares. I love this Ares pick from Par. It shows them that you're just ready to play, right? And it's really good against Scylla, because if you actually find a chain, actually on Bacchus and Thor as well.
It's Ares, a fantastic pick against everything Soar has.
Yeah, so something interesting is, I wonder what they're going to do for the mid lane onto Lawbster, because Lawbster, when he gets rolling, is a huge part of Paradigm's success.
Right.
So I'm expecting maybe something more... I mean, it's interesting because Thor kind of flipped the table on them. From going to his Raijin, just going in, you know, balls deep into the towers. They picked up the Scylla, like you just said, stays back a little bit to get the damage down. They banned the Isis. I was about to suggest Isis for Lawbster. That's no longer an option.
I was about to suggest Isis or even a Ra. Ra's been very powerful for the mid laner on the side of Paradigm for a very long time and would provide a lot of sustain and some of the siege that we haven't been able to see out of Paradigm.
Big problem for Ra, though, against Scylla. If you actually get rooted, you don't have any ways out. And if Scylla hits you, I mean, even level 5, you can just die instantly from the entire combination of Scylla, especially if you have a Thor 2 assisting you. So I think Lawbster wants a more mobile god. I realized Janus is actually available, and that should be a high priority pick for Paradigm.
Zeus going to make sure, or Soar's going to make sure that Zeus isn't pickable for Paradigm one more time. Just a god that we've seen Lawbster perform well on.
He's a very good Zeus.
Exactly.
He just had a really bad game.
And one game doesn't dictate the rest of the future.
That was the outlier game for Lawbster in this case. He usually performs very well on Zeus, and he has in the past, especially after the buffs. This game was a one-off for Lawbster. They still respected enough to ban it out. Really smart decision by Soar. I think Soar's drafting here is just on point. They realize what they need to do. And again, the win condition is so important at this level of play. Again, Janus available, so we'll see what happens with that. I mean, they could potentially go on Lawbster, and all of a sudden you have a very mobile combination of Susano and Janus.
It's going to be rough here. Guan Yu, the final ban coming out from Paradigm. Jigz proved to be a little just too much on that warrior support. With Bacchus already selected, Guan Yu would have wound up in the solo lane. I don't think we're going to see the music comp here tonight, folks. Nice try, guys. Not going to fall for it. You're just not going to get me this time around. Nope.
AMC, not really a high priority pick, and we'll see what happens. They're just having a bit of fun here, and this kind of shows.
There we go.
How confident they're feeling, you know, no stress.
How comfortable. Exactly, just that level of comfort. Jing will be the selection for Metyankey in the hunting role, so we'll be able to see some of that highly mobile character working there. 2 final picks for Paradigm. They need to find themselves likely a solo laner and likely a mid laner.
And knockup, I believe, well, at least I think knockup is one of the strongest forms of CCs.
It is.
Because
Absolutely.
if you beast too late, it doesn't really matter if you beast, right? So,
and it doesn't suffer from diminishing returns. Once
exactly.
you get knocked up, you're knocked up.
So you have the Bacchus Jing combination. If Bacchus actually gets the knockup, Jing can follow up with another knockup, and that's a lot of time for you to be airborne where you should be doing other stuff.
Now, this is a pick. I absolutely love this pick. Not only is this pick, it's a little bit rare because of his abysmal early game.
He got it.
But this is Lawbster's game. This is a paradigm draft through and through. You've got Ares on Colossus, who the stand-in, plays a strong Ares, which works well with Paradigm because Trix Tank plays a strong Ares, so you're able to plug and play that. Agni on Lawbster, though, I don't think we can accentuate how long Lawbster has played Agni.
For those of you that hasn't been around for a long time, Lawbster equals Agni. He's been playing Agni for so long that he's been kind of like the grandfather of Agni in competitive play.
When I first came into the scene in about 2013, Lawbster had already been playing for a year, and I had known him as Lobney. He had just played Agni so damn much, so much control from a distance, and then Chaac going up against the Osiris in the short lane will just be a real fight fest in that solo lane. Really, though, this Agni, I'm loving this pick for Paradigm. I think he can do a lot. It can neutralize a lot of what Soar wants to do by way of long-range initiation from Bacchus, and I'm very excited to see if this one's going to work out for Paradigm.
If you ask any of the old casters back in the days what player they would associate with Agni, I'm pretty sure Bard and DM and all those guys would just say Lawbster. He's playing it tons. Other side of Soar, Osiris, I think Baskin again is going to have a pretty good matchup against Chaac. Chaac not really much played in North America. However, we know both Xaliea and Demi loves Chaac for some reason. I personally don't like Chaac that much. I don't think he's that strong of a god. He has his place though with the silences to disrupt team fights, but nah.
So here, Chaac's job is going to be the initiator. You see, nobody really on Paradigm has that strong initiation. It's going to be Ares and Chaac. And one of the strong things that Chaac's going to be able to do, he'll go ahead and Ares goes and burns beads so that when Chaac drops the ultimate, everybody's actually silenced for a long time. Last game, it was all about Hurriwind in the mid lane on Raijin. This time, all eyes on Daddy Lawbster with that Agni, for sure.
If Lawbster gets ahead and actually gets the late game on Agni, he can delete anyone with those 3 bombs. He's so accurate at hitting those, and he's really good at, you know, realizing where and how his stun should be used. I'm really looking forward to this game, and I'm really happy to pick up the Agni.
He's going to be building right into the helmet as well, so understanding that the penetration is very important, and a little bit of protection.
Yeah, I almost said the Lawbster there. Almost interchangeable with Agni at this point.
It really is. Homiefe going to chase down Qvo, but Lawbster shows up. You know, it's funny. Even to this day, if you ask some of the newer guys, Homiefe gets a couple of basics.
Qvofred a little bit out of position. I don't think they want to fire Osiris Thor at level 1.
I don't think so either.
We've experienced the hard way when playing with them previously. We've lost a couple of level 1s against Thors before, and I think they learned the lesson back then.
Yeah, especially like we said, especially with this Agni. So we've spoken a lot about how the legacy of Lawbster on Agni and Lawbster on Agni and pretty much just that. But the downside, why don't we see as much Agni these days? It's because of his bad early game.
Really weak early game. He does not have the wave clear to really do anything early, and it's easy to capitalize on the back harpist of the opponent's team if they have an Agni in there. So, which means I'm pretty sure Soar will recognize this and try to take as much as possible from Paradigm before Agni gets online.
Mid-Harpy is going to be the start for Soar this time around. We'll see Homiefe and Baskin just opt for the Furies, and after that, they'll head right to blue.
Pretty standard start here for Soar and Paradigm. They're going to get to lane around the same time. Not much other things going on right now.
Yeah, nothing really out of the ordinary for the guys on
Paradigm. Lawbster grouping up here, dashing through. Sometimes when you do this, the mid lane can just go into your dash and take a lot of
minion aggro, right?
Yeah, Agni will take a lot of, exactly. So it's kind of dangerous sometimes.
Collapse the early chain, but the turnaround damage from the minion is a little bit rough, but Metyankey really the one taking the bump. Knock up, and here's some of the turnaround. Couple of basics. Shell to prevent the damage. I love that play coming out from Jigz. So Soar get aggressive, and they realize there's going to be some counter play coming out from Funball. The Shell gets popped nice and early.
So Collapse hitting those chains, and then Jigz immediately realizes after the chain ends, okay, I can actually leap in here because there's no creeps to kill me. As we see again, Baskin getting pretty low against Xaliea. This is pretty much open
Colossus in some trouble. Another knockup. Getting aggressive is Metyankey. Couple more basics, and that should be it. First blood, and not going to be now. It'll be after a while. Metyankey finds the kill.
Oh. This is not going to be a trade here from Funballer, I don't think.
I don't know about that one. Funball staying aggressive, but with that wave, that's going to be the deterrent.
Does not have much mana. He can't really mark, leap, and just get the stun anymore.
Beautiful jump away from Funball, just avoiding that knockup. Even as low as Metyankey is, the little bit of poke that they're able to put on the Funball would be very important. So a strong jump.
It seems to me like the nerves from Kalas really showing through here. He's died to first blood now, and it's not looking good for the duo lane yet again. I would love for him to maybe not be that aggressive. He can just like look for the mid game and try to combine with Lawbster instead.
Right, and Colossus, as the game goes longer and longer, will be a little bit healthier. But right now he's level 2, which is certainly anything but healthy. Just now hitting level 3 at the moment. You can see Lawbster level 4. Basically everybody else across the map 4, except for Homiefe, who's level 5.
Ready to ult.
Colossus is gone. There's no way he can escape. Scylla in the ult, can't find the hit, and that's going to be trouble. Now up in the sky goes Homiefe. He wants to find that kill on the Colossus, but he might have to help his teammate Hurriwind. Qvofred finds it, and Homiefe doesn't even get Colossus.
I can't believe Colossus is still alive. Look at him, coming back for the chains.
And this is important. You mentioned
big turnaround.
I don't see him. Qvofred with the second kill for Paradigm. Well done by Colossus to stick in the fight and realize he's not dead yet.
I love the way he juked the Hurriwind. He just completely outplayed Hurriwind there with the ultimate. Hurriwind 100% expected him to go back, just trying to run away to his tower. He realized his side steps, and, you know, what a play.
Homiefe as well, unable to find the ultimate on the target. He goes up, and what happens is there's a split decision. Does he go for the kill on the Colossus, or does he help out his buddy Hurriwind? And in that moment, the second he takes to think about it, that's when everything goes haywire.
Also, Colossus was hiding behind the rocks. There was no vision available for Soar onto Colossus. Colossus hit right here around this area he's right now, and it was like, sure, I can try to hit behind his rock, maybe I'll get the kill, or I go back and help Hurriwind. Comes in a little bit too late though, ends up being in favor of Paradigm.
Rough stuff coming out for Soar right there. Paradigm wound up on the top side of that one. So despite Soar finding the first blood, definitely a little bit of gold going both ways. Tie game here, just 3 minutes in. Already a lot of action. There's the ultimate coming on for another ultimate from Xaliea, but this time Xalea's got help. Qvofred shows up to the short lane. No ult available. See, 3 kills in total for Paradigm and 3 kills in total for Qvofred.
Qvofred just making use of that Susano. 3 on him right now, and that's gonna just spell trouble for Soar. If he gets ahead with Susano, we've seen what he can do before. Right. Tons of damage coming up from that god.
Kalas going to show up, but the left side Harpies will wind up going to Soar already.
Look at that poke coming off the Lawbster. I love the fact that Kalas actually got to do a really good play, because now it's just going to boost his confidence. He probably got a lot of positive comments for that play by his team, encouraging him to just keep going for those plays. You're a really good player in rank, just play as if it's a rank game.
And that's what's really important there is, like, Kalas was for sure dead. He was absolutely for sure dead. So by able to turning that around, and not only does he get out Zimp, but he's able to turn it around and be aggressive there. That's a play that an amateur doesn't make. That's a play that a random substitute doesn't make. You know that Colossus is ready to be here.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of really good substitutes this season. We had the Ducky subbing for Panthera, and now Kalas looking okay here with Paradigm. Very much different Kalas that we saw from game 1.
Yeah, very much different. And honestly, I think it's just a comfort on the god. I've heard a lot about Kalas being an aggressive player. Khepri, not always the most aggressive god in the world.
Yeah, I think they maybe thought a little bit too much about the draft. They're like, Khepri is S tier, right? Probably S plus even.
Sometimes you can overthink the draft and execute the way the quote-unquote meta dictates rather than your own meta.
It happened before several times, not only Paradigm, every single team. Oh, this is open, let's pick it.
Right.
But wait, we haven't played this. I don't feel comfortable playing this. Okay, it doesn't matter, just pick it because it's OP. But fine, that maybe works in ranked, but this is not ranked.
Quick reaction from Lawbster, avoiding the stun coming out from the jungler. And it's very important. Not only does Homiefe have the stun, but he's got the wall. And with the dash from Lawbster, it's easily just stopped by the geometry. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It has to be very careful. Bacchus can do the same thing if he anticipates the dash. A little bit interesting here about Susano is 3-0.
Yep.
How do you think that's going to translate if there's a one-on-one situation between him and Thor or potentially Baskin?
I mean, it really depends on the overwhelming scenario because, like we had noticed before, these guys never going to fight alone. You see the stun coming out from Homiefe onto Qvofred, quickly answered by Lawbster. And really, I think that's the storyline. So Qvofred in a vacuum, I think he's got 3 kills. He's in a good look. But he's going to be up against Soar, not Homiefe, and that's the biggest change.
Yeah, that's true. And I think Qvofred is just feeling himself a little bit here. He's definitely looking to be more aggressive because once Qvofred gets the lead, he likes to keep that lead. He's a very good farmer when ahead. He knows how to extend the lead and just go into the jungle. And Susano is very slippery. He will just, dash around and be very fast during the team fight. Very hard to catch him out.
So right now, still fighting to stay in here. Stun on the Hurriwind, great play. And that's going to allow Lawbster to walk right out of the crush before it detonates.
Stuns to Scylla before she can detonate. It's huge here. Lawbster wins that trade. About 50% left on a Hurriwind, and Lawbster is looking healthy.
And I want to talk about why Lawbster's Agni is so strong. It's about his bomb management. I think it's a very big part of it. A lot of times you'll just see raining down these bombs at every... Lawbster is never without a single one. I think you never see Lawbster with 0 bombs unless it's right after a gold tier or something.
Look, so Lawbster will always have 3 before trying to poke someone because he realizes if he only has 1 and pokes, he doesn't really have that much to contribute in team fights. Likes to poke when he has 3 up and then go all in when it matters.
Xaliea being aggressed on by Baskin as well. Good stun. Some strong poke coming out from the Osiris player right there. Everything all even here in the short lane though. Pretty much as expected, to be honest with you.
Yeah, just going to be a farm fest here. Xalia's not really going to die anytime soon. Doesn't really have the damage to kill Baskin either. Early game we did saw Qvofred gank though. However, it's going to get harder and harder, and Osiris at this point can just ult you away.
Exactly. Osiris has that built-in damage reduction, and Soar's going to go for the early gold here this time around. Paradigm know it. Colossus walks over a ward, and Soar see it, and everybody walk away.
Well, improvement from game 1, to say the least. They just gave up a gold for free. Not this time around, though, as they see it coming in.
Poke coming out from the Scylla. Not going to find a target, so no big deal right there just yet. Our core will meet, and for the first time, we'll take a look at our hunters. Funball right here on the Houyi versus Metyankey. Level 12 for Metyankey with just a single kill. Funball's fighting an uphill battle here. He's down 600. He's down a lot more than that. He's down 600 gold right now. Really, where did this lead for Metyankey come from, and how can he keep it up?
I think Metyankey has just poked up Funball a lot, so Funball just back to his base. Interestingly enough, if Funball was at the same gold level as Metyankey, Paradigm would actually have a goal right now. But now they're just behind by just about 200 gold, 100 gold, so not a big deal here. Paradigm 3-1. You'd expect him to be a little bit further ahead than this.
Metyankey doing a very good job here in the long lane, playing this Jing Wei. And that's one of the benefits that Jing Wei has. The passive allows Jing Wei to just back very often and just stay very, very gold efficient by making sure to get back camps, etc.
Again, Kalas getting a rest on, turning around.
Yeah, and he's stuck, and that's a problem. Hurriwind over the wall, finds the kill. Beautiful play one more time by the mid laner. Looking for another hit. Qvofred, that's a double kill. Just understanding the timing so very well. Gonna be dodged out this time by Funball, but the damage has been done. 2 players down for Paradigm. Soar can look for the Gold Fury, but if they do, they know they have to fight. So because of that, low HP pools, not gonna opt for the objective.
So they knew Agni didn't really do anything in that team fight, so he would have 3 bombs up, and if they actually went for the gold, 3 bombs on top of a team that's stacked together is just not something they need to risk.
Just far too much, and Lawbster's ability to get a stun, a dash through, and some damage on the objective. Just a little bit too scary as an option, so not gonna go for it just yet.
Funball trying to fight Metyankey here as he has the HP lead. Now really close the gap here, level 12 on both hunters. That's gonna be a big difference for Funball to actually get the, a little bit more XP and gold to fight him.
So looking for the smaller things. Left side Harpies go the way of the red team. And now Soar is going to go ahead and farm up their own jungle pretty much. Nothing too extravagant. As Paradigm does the same. So really these teams want to stall it out just a little bit. Not till late game, but until they find a relevant opportunity to really go ahead and put their foot on the gas.
So Soar here has superior vision when it comes to, wards overall on the map. It's very hard so when you're Kalaos right now and you're trying to ward, it's very, very hard to do so by yourself, and you need to be confident enough to actually ask for help. I know myself how hard it can be to just keep up wards against a good team, because once, if you're playing Ares, you have no escape, right? So if you actually get too close to anyone, you might just die, and that can easily translate to Gold Fury. So if you're Bacchus or so big, you can get away a bit easier. If you're Ares, you have to be very careful.
Baskin's gonna look for his blue buff, but Xalia's waiting here. Jigz comes up right behind him.
Baskin's smart. I just realized
right behind him.
He's gonna come in and just waits until it comes in, just to make sure it doesn't get stolen away.
Well played. Just Baskin casually walking to the opponent's jungle. Homiefe gonna be chained up, but Kalas in some trouble. Dead. Baskin winds up with one, but Jigz answers back very quickly. Homiefe dead as well. Big ultimate coming out from Xaliea, but he's all alone, and that could be trouble.
I think Xaliea might be able to get out here. Oh, actually, no. A lot of damage from Scylla.
I'm a monster off the mark. Stunned just a little bit too late. This will allow Xaliea to exit out stage right. But Baskin to follow up. Beautiful TP from Xaliea into the clutches of Baskin. Both options covered, and Xaliea goes down.
Hurriwind a little bit too fast with my monster. He should have waited just a second.
Just a second.
For the Tether to actually get the stun. Doesn't matter, though, as... we see here Baskin quickly realizes the juke attempt from Xaliea.
Yep.
Small play by him.
Slick stuff coming out from Funball. Not going to find it just yet. Hurriwind off the mark with the root, but finds it the damage with the crush. So Funball just pushing up this wave just a little bit. Qvofred in the jungle on the left. Ping's coming out to Soar. Paradigm know exactly where they are, and they want to get aggressive.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting going forward here the next 5-6 minutes here. Gold Fury attempt here by Paradigm. We're going to see if they can actually get it this time. Hurriwind very low. That might be a big factor in this team fight.
Yeah, Jigz is one of the better, Jigz on Bacchus is one of the better gods when it comes down to skills. Gold Fury. And there's Paradigm. Wonderful contribution of skills. Kalas winds up with a kill onto Jigz as well. So what you saw right there, Kalas hit the chains onto Bacchus to prevent the belly flop intoxicate steal potential. And then on top of that, Xaliea comes through and just ultimates, so nobody has any spells available due to the silence.
Very smart play by Kalas. He doesn't even ultimate. He realizes he just needs to stop the belly flop coming in. So he could have just ulted 3 people there, and I think most people would in that situation because it's just so tempting, right? Because I have 3 people. Instead, just goes for the cripple to make sure he cannot leap in. Very, very important.
Cripple's so much more important right there. So Paradigm wind up with their Gold Fury. Still trailing just by a little bit, but all things tied for what it's worth. Funball in a very aggressive spot. Gonna come around looking for the 1v1. Drops the ultimate. Metyankey versus Funball. Has to use the Sanctuary. And now, Metyankey gonna turn around. Here comes Baskin. Funball is in trouble. Very low. Baskin gets the kill, but it's after his buddy dies on the other side.
That was so unfortunate because Homiefe died in the mid lane. If Funball survived this could have been a tower attempt for Paradigm. Funball misplays completely, misses the stun.
Hurriwind, trouble. One more hit, that's gonna be toast, but a quick dodge and a backwards go, and he's gonna be fine, no problem whatsoever. Qvofred over there on the side, gonna be found out. Here comes Baskin over the top. That's gonna be a strong stun, and Qvo, I don't see him getting out of this one. Jigz, out of nowhere, gets the kill.
Uncharacteristic there by Qvofred, lays the back in behind there, and Baskin finding him with the sickle. Interestingly enough, I just want to touch on something here.
Sure.
So, Funball missed the stun on Metyankey, pops the ultimate behind him, and Metyankey just realizes this, just jumps up in his ultimate, just chases Funball. He has to run around and gets caught out and die. Very unfortunate because they actually found Homiefe in the mid lane again. It could have been a big swing.
Kalas misses the chain. Thought we might have saw some aggression coming out from Jigz, but playing it safe.
Yeah, a lot of misplay right now by Paradigm. It's unfortunate because they've been playing really well up to this point. Funball really dropped the ball there in the 1-on-1, and it's just, maybe it doesn't look like a big deal, dying once, but right there, it just killed an entire opportunity for Paradigm to get a lead.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Paradigm wind up evening things up, and now Soar sneak ahead by just about 2,000 gold. Funball's going to toss his mark over on Hurriwind, just in case the opportunity presents itself.
Just a cool trick tank here. As long as he doesn't feed, I can carry. And that's basically what he says about all his hunters that he's been laning with. You know, but this time around, Funball dying once. Let's see if he can recover.
Kalas with some good dance shoes, avoids both the crush and the sickle. Not going to be able to be targeted by Hurriwind this time around. Ping's coming out as everybody sees the 2 hunters in the jungle. Metyankey going to be looking towards Funball again. Wants to be aggressive here, sending out those crits. Stun onto Metyankey, going to be purified. Homiefe gets Kalas on the right-hand side. This is more of a team fight where we got the 1v1 here. Funball going to shy away. Metyankey, 2 levels his senior. Does not want any part of that.
On the upside, though, Qvofred is doing a really good job in the jungle. He's 4-2-2 right now. He has been part of all 6 kills on the side of Paradigm.
Yep.
He's been playing really well on this Susano. Right now, they're struggling a little bit, though. Kalas getting caught out a little bit too much. And every time that happens, you see them just taking more and more for it.
Funball here, gonna do what he can to farm again. Level 15 versus Metyankey's level 17. This is an interesting situation because a lot of times we'll see a couple of level lead, and then it just sort of dissipates as the game goes on just because of superior farming. This lead from Metyankey has stuck for a while.
It really has. I mean, he's just been having fun in this dueling. Not really afraid of Funball at all. Easily dodging his abilities and just, you know, pushing that tier 2. And Funball has no real response. Just sitting in the tower here and can't really move out.
Yeah, nothing really him or Kalas can do right now in this long lane.
Okay, he's back. He just didn't move for a while. I thought maybe he was DC'd.
No, he's just hanging out, man.
Yeah, maybe we're really scared of Metyankey.
Exactly. I mean, Metyankey has come around the corner so many different times. And with 3,000 gold in the lead, there's certainly something. With 3,000 gold in the lead for the team and a whole 1,000 on the enemy hunter, that's not something that you really want to trifle with.
That poke on Qvofred is crucial here. It's going to force him back. Again, takes a little bit of pressure off all the rest of the team on the side of Thor. And
look at this. Right side, Baskin just pushing up by himself. 1v2, not a care in the world. And I think that's a lot of what Soar's doing right now. They're able to find numbers advantage in the mid lane because of the 1v2 on the right side. Kalas already half HP, finds the ultimate. Jig's gonna be pulled on back, but the tier 1 tower falls. Jigz is in trouble, but it looks like Soar got what they came for. Jigz gets out. Homiefe saves the life of his mid lane. Fantastic ultimate and the wall to prevent it.
They used 1, 2, 3, 4 ultimates there, just counting Agni's ultimate as 1 to just get him down, and it can't even kill Jigz. This is a very bad indication for Paradigm. This just means they cannot kill the support even on the tower and using 4 ultimates.
Jigz is doing something very interesting here. He did it in game number 1 as well. So Jigz has popularized a certain support build. Boots 1 into Wingblade into some other options. So much so that when you sub to him on the Switch channel, his icon is Boots 1. He's done it the entire season. What does he do at LAN? Completely different build. Traveler shoes directly into Genji's garb. Did it on game number 1 as well.
Yeah, very, very strong builds coming out. You can just see how tanky he is.
Kalas
takes a lot of damage yet again. Turns around again, though.
Yeah, Hurriwind really on his game point, able to find a lot of the damage. Qvofred by himself, and now Soar on the back foot. They're retreating.
It just feels to me like both these games, Paradigm just can't do any damage to Soar.
Yeah,
I feel like really every time just no one's going down, and it just seems like Soar have like 200 armor each. It's very hard for Paradigm to just make a dent even.
Half HP on the gold tier already. Hurriwind.
Thor up in air though.
Gonna walk forward. Homiefe lands on Xaliea. Bounce up. See you later. Hurriwind winds up with numero 10 for Soar. Big plays coming out from the team as a whole. And the golds here are going to be brought up and taken down.
So I'm pretty sure Xaliea was just sitting. Oh, as you see Kalas going, taking a lot of damage yet again. Missed ult again by Funballer.
They dropped the Gold Fury. Didn't really even expect that. Just trying to play fancy. Now looking for the kills. Funball in some trouble here. Double tap going to be jumped over. Funball going to avoid the stun, but he can't avoid all that damage. Hurriwind gets credit for the kill onto the Hunter. 4-1-4 for the full Doom Orb stacked Scylla.
This all started with Kalas getting caught yet again. Actually, it was Xaliea going down to Thor, excuse me. Thor dunked down. The thing is, Xaliea could have stopped that by pre-ulting the Thor ult. The problem is, if you do that, Thor's just gonna wait for you, and the delay when you actually hit that ultimate is too long to actually just like react to it, which is very hard to manage. Maybe he should have thrown out his 1 and just hope for a teleport right after. It's a very hard situation for him. Maybe trying to juke out the Thor, because that pick meant Gold Fury and another kill on top of Funballer and also Kalas.
Either way, Soar winds up on top by a landslide. 7,000 gold at the moment, thanks to a couple of strong engagements, plus a couple of strong objective kills as well. Baskin gonna push up the wave.
Yeah, this is very similar to game 1. Maybe a little bit slower pace. Yeah. Paradigm giving more of a fight. You know, they're kind of fighting back a little bit. Kalas, especially doing some hot chains and stuff. I feel like, again, you know, you saw him getting caught a lot though on a Capri, just dying and not really doing anything. Kalas has had like 1 major ultimate this game. It was on top of Jigz, so actually survived on the tower after using 4 ultimates.
I still can't believe Jigz got out of that one.
It's a Bacchus, you know, from drinking the wine. It's really, really tanky. Yep. So if I'm Paradigm right now, you can't really use the ultimate on Bacchus. I know there's a lot of beads across the board, a lot of sanctuaries as well. It's very hard to find a pick, but you can maybe force the beads using, I don't know, maybe Xaliea ultimate before, trying to go in with Qvofred with the tornado. but you cannot go for Bacchus anymore. It was evident before, it's even more evident now as we go into the late game. He gets more and more tanky.
You can see Paradigm right now, how much they value Lawbster at the moment. He only has 1 death, 5 of the assists out of 6 kills in total for Paradigm. And as soon as the red buff came up, you saw how quickly Paradigm collapsed on it. They don't want that to be taken away. They want Lawbster to be a big part of this because of his long-range damage and his long-range stun coming out from the Agni. It should be a valuable tool for Paradigm in the future.
If you're Paradigm right now, this is the Qvofred and the Lawbster show.
Yep.
These are the only 2 people on Paradigm that will actually win this game for them. As Qvofred is getting caught.
Yeah, he's in trouble right now. If he's on his show, he's definitely not the victor at the moment. Soar gonna slink back. They tried to find the opportunity. They thought they had one, but Qvofred a little bit too slippery.
So a perfect engagement here for a Paradigm would be Xaliea going in, forcing a lot of beats, and then just like a second later, Ares coming with his ultimate, so it times the ultimate pull for after the beats ends. Then you need to have Lawbster. Oh, Lawbster just goes out instantly in the mid lane.
Tough stuff, Homiefe. Credit for that one. I mean, definitely, instantly that's the definition.
Half a second after he got stunned, he was removed from the map.
Metyankey here,
Xaliea
along with his friend Xaliea. Just too much to handle at the moment.
Wow.
There's one for Hurriwind as well. Colossus in trouble, there's a stun, there's an ult, there's a knock-up, there's another. And Colossus just not in a good spot. Sprint is popped. That's how badly they want the kill. Baskin hops over the fence and finds it. All the while, Metyankey pushing by him and his jungler, and that's a left Phoenix for free.
So at least Paradigm had a win condition this game. Oh, no, did they actually go for the end?
Oh, no way. Yeah, I didn't think so, Metyankey. That's pushing it.
Too many towers up, too many Phoenix up. That Titan is way too strong right now. You don't really have that much sustain either on the side of Thor. You don't have a Guan this game. Make sure HP bar is tipped off.
Yeah, it's just...
Wow, Fumble taking a lot of poke again. I mean, that is so dangerous. Metyankey just, look at him just going in.
He's so powerful right now. Metyankey the one doing the zoning, looking for the kills, while the rest of his team take out a tier 2 tower. 1,500 more gold going the way of Soar, and they quickly find themselves up by a monstrous lead. 12,000 gold, Zimp.
As I just said, at least Paradigm had a clear win condition going into this game. They needed to get Lawbster rolling with Qvofred and just had a combination of Kalas, Xaliea doing the initiation. Didn't really work out, you know, the execution to get to win condition didn't really work out again. Soar just looking better as a team. And I'm not really sure if it has to do with Kalas being the substitute and Paradigm playing a little bit scared here, not really finding what they need to find. It's really hard to say. I'm sure Trixtang's sitting at home disagreeing with me completely, saying he would carry this as Bacchus. But you know, if they're looking at Fire Giant now, and how do you stop this with Paradigm? You really can't. I mean, Funball's just gonna tickle him with his ulti. Maybe try to steal with Ram ult. That's the only way I can see this going. It could work. It's been done before, but he needs to ulti right now.
Yeah, he needs to go ahead. Funball needs to drop the ultimate over the wall. It's not going to be available, and Soar just go ahead. Easy peasy. Fire Giant can go ahead and fall. Soar now have it. Now looking for the aggression. Dashing forward. Kalas in trouble. Shell is popped, but it just don't matter. Metyankey now looking for more as Qvofred gets landed over by the Thor. Hurriwind with one. Keep pressing forward. There's up with the ultimate. Hurriwind looking for a low target to keep on waterfalling. Can't find it. Great Sanctuary. Tier 2 tower still stands. Soar looking for kills to allow them to go for the Titan, but they won't find him. They're diving a Phoenix Sim. This is how confident, this is how powerful they are. Lawbster finds one, and Metyankey shuts him down.
What's the point of just standing there watching a team doing Fire Giant if you're just gonna get engaged on anyway with the Fire Giant buff? So you have two options. Either just go in when the Fire Giant is already on them for the debuff, and also maybe because they have a lower HP and also aggro from the Fire Giant, or you just back off completely. They were just in the mid. This is what I'm talking about. There's no one there to clearly tell them, okay, this is what you need to do. I'm pretty sure Tristan there would have at least made a call to do either. Now they're just standing there watching him and like, okay, what's gonna happen? Oh, you engaged on this, and now we're all dead.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough for Paradigm. They just don't seem to have, like you said, they don't seem to have that head. Kalas, no pulse.
No pulse.
No pulse.
So at least he got a few beats used here now. He got, let's see here. Actually, no beats used at all. Well, Metyankey used the beats, so. That's at least something. I guess maybe he can pull again soon.
You reach. I can feel you reaching. It's just colossal. It's just been rough. That's really the only way.
Look, so I want to go back to the Fire Giant thing. So you're just standing there, you're Paradigm, you're looking at the team doing Fire Giant. Sure, you're being zoned by someone. At least collapse on that person, or try to at least Rama steal it. That's an attempt, you know. It's been done before, as I just said, and it's very hard.
Yeah, a little bit tough stuff coming out from Paradigm as they're walking up in the uphill battle. The character's just not here or available. 19 kills in total Soar has above Paradigm's lonely 7. And I mean, the gold lead, it's 15,000, Zimp. It's 15,000. Where does Paradigm really try to find it as Soar try to extend their lead even more so? Another Gold Fury, they're looking for 20,000 gold.
Soar is just going to go to the left side now, just take down a Phoenix as it spawns, and just head to the mid lane. And there's not much Paradigm can do. Hopefully, you know, we saw Lawbster actually killing Hurriwind in that last team fight. He actually does a lot of damage by now. He has almost a fully stacked Book of Thoth. He has the penetration up. He just needs to find his target. And
there's the jump forward. Soar looking for the final push.
Metyankey.
Fantastic ultimate from Qvofred, but it's just not enough. There's the ultimate out of the Hunter Funball.
On delay, Soar a little bit there. Kalas going back, getting himself up to HP again. No ultimates available on the side of Paradigm, and Soar with the Fire Giant looking healthy.
No Phoenix available. Left one down. Right Phoenix down as well. Mid Phoenix stands. But hold that thought, folks. Phoenix being aggressed on. Phoenix half HP. Good stun. Paradigm, they're going to play defense for this one. Not going to give this one without a fight.
Yeah, they know that Funballer's ultimate is down, and they should know that Xaliea Qvofred is also dying to do the timing correctly. They can just take this without any hesitation at all.
Kalas ults, and Kalas dies before it even goes off. All 3 Phoenixes are down, Zim. Baskin's jumping forward, not even looking at the kills, looking for the Titan. Soar want to take this one, and they will. Ladies and gentlemen, Soar headed to the semifinals after a dominating performance, 2-0 above Paradigm.
GG there by Soar. Wow. Impressive performance by them to just take out Paradigm. Like, it looked very, very easy for them, to be honest.
What I love the most about this set for Soar, watching these guys play, game 1 was all about a single player, and his name was Hurriwind. Game 2 was a lot about a single player named Metyankey, but it was more of a team fight. It was more of a team win. Seeing teams execute both strategies is really powerful.
Absolutely. I think Soar just showed the first game that they have their carries they can rely on.
Yeah.
Second game, they really showed that they have the team composition and team knowledge and this chemistry behind themselves to actually win as a team as well, which is very important because sometimes you won't find the guys you need for your carries to carry.
Right.
So it's good to have like a good team to rely on, much like Titan back in season 1. And you know, very similar style where they just like focus on the team fights, but you do have the carries that can come out, you know, out of the shell sometimes as well.
Incredible, incredible stuff coming out from Soar. Honestly, I mean, if it was my job, I wouldn't even know who to interview. Thankfully, it's not. Let's take a look at the stage and talk to the victors of Soar.
It's going to be Hurriwind on the stage with me right now after the victory by Soar over Paradigm. First of all, congratulations. Long day for you to have to sit and wait for those, but you guys did really well and came out on top quite comfortably, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, everything picks-wise and gameplay-wise worked out about the way we expected it to and practiced for it to.
So when we look through the picks and bans, did you come in with specific strategies against Paradigm here, or was it sort of business as usual? Was there anything strange that you didn't expect?
I would definitely say that the way we picked and banned was definitely really relevant to playing them. I mean, some things are generally we think are good, but other things we ban because we know they like it. Not completely centered towards them, but definitely with a lot of respect to how they play.
So with your team as well, I mean, honestly, come to this LAN, most of you guys that you've got on this roster haven't really been to a LAN before. You performed well in the regular season. However, you know, there was no real nerves, it seemed.
Yeah, I mean, I think a big factor for us is we have Baskin on our team as well, who's done this a million times. And we look over at solo lane the first game, he's level 2, and he solos Xaliea, and then level 4, he's proxying waves between tier 1 and tier 2. And when you see that, it's like what are you even scared of? Like, you got Baskin on your team.
That boost of confidence just seemed to just run through the whole team then from there as well. Now, let's look towards tomorrow then, because now, well, it's back to same old as usual, back to fighting against NA again, and you're going to have to take on Enemy tomorrow in the semifinals. What do you expect for this game?
We expect a really good set. I mean, we have a lot of respect for those guys. We know they're really good. We've played against them many times, and all of our SPL sets we went with them completely even, so we expect 4 or 5 games, hard-fought games, and I don't know, we're just looking forward to it.
And by what you just did there, you did confirm an NA team guaranteed in the final for DreamHack here as well, which is a great victory in itself as well, just for North America.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Personally, I'm not all about NA-EU. I think the metas develop on their own, and that's one thing, but I mean, I guess if you want to look at it that way, let's go NA, huh?
Final question for you. Any spicy picks left in the bank from Soar that we may see tomorrow?
I'd say keep your eyes open.
Is that a sign like you should belong here? Something blind?
Take it how you will. Take it how you will.
Okay, thanks so much for joining me, Hurriwind. I appreciate it. Congratulations, and we'll see you tomorrow Talking about tomorrow, though, boys and girls, remember, this is the end of the day for us here over at DreamHack. We will be back tomorrow with Paladins to start things off at 11:30 CEST, following up with Smite and those semi-finals that will start around 4 p.m. Make sure you all tune in then. From everybody here, though, at DreamHack, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you all tomorrow and see who comes out into the finals.